Yo, Jon Fitch here. I wanted to answer a question I got in my comments from my food blog video. Right, I've been actively answering a lot of comments as I put videos up, but I think I want to address this one on a video because I get asked it a lot, and I want to kind of clear things up with my diet changes. So JS writes, John, what was the deciding factor in going vegan a few years back, and what was the turning point in going back to meat? So the big factor for me in trying veganism in the first place was I read a book called Skinny Bastard and then the China Study, and I kind of just opened my eyes up to all the problems with our food because I was eating all kinds of garbage before. So when I read about the chemicals in our food, I decided to really focus on eating clean, and the China Study kind of suggested that meat was a problem in our diet. So I stopped eating all the junk food, all the chemicals, and I also cut out all the meat. I only ever went about 4 weeks without eating meat. It was just kind of hard for me to give up. So I'd go like 4 weeks or 3 weeks, and then I'd have a little meat on the weekend. And at the beginning, I felt great. I had more energy. I didn't feel sluggish. I just felt better. But I think it wasn't because necessarily that I'd stopped eating meat. I think it was more because I stopped eating the junk and I started eating clean. And the clean diet was what was making me feel so great. But after a while of that clean diet and not eating as much meat or protein, I started kind of losing just mass. My body just started getting a little bit smaller. Instead of walking around at 192 to 195 pounds in relatively okay shape, I was 182 pounds. And it was just too small for where I wanted to be to fight at 170. I still felt relatively good. I felt good. Energy was high, but I was just losing size. Along with losing size, I noticed I started to get injured more. And it could have been related to the loss of mass from stop not eating meat as much, or it could have had something to do with the amount of years I'd been an athlete or my age. So I'm not exactly sure what was the factor, but it was enough for me to want to try to switch things up. So that vegan stuff kind of only lasted about 6 to 9 months. I was doing a weekend vegan or weekday vegan thing for a while where I ate plant-based Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I kept up with that for a while, and that maintained my weight for a little bit, but it still wasn't what I wanted it to be. So one of the big factors, and I think the biggest deciding factor, was actually having children, to switching back to meat, because it became so much of a chore for me and my wife to make the food, to get the food made, to eat all day. It was just a lot of work. It took too much time for us to get it done. So it may be possible, but we were just swinging it with having a kid, and then we ended up having another kid. So now it's a lot of work. The way I cook things and do things now is really easy. I can cook everything I need to on Sunday, and it'll last until the weekend. It'll last till about Saturday, whatever. Cheat meals on Saturday, Sunday, within respect to not going too crazy or where my weight is and how close I have a competition or something. So using this type of meal planning frees up a lot of time. I know I'm always going to get the nutrients I need. I still use supplementation to take care of anything I don't get through in the food. Yeah. And with the kids, they tend to like rice, they like ground beef, so you can chop up a little bit of broccoli or some vegetable in there, and they got a good meal out of it too. So the ease of doing this diet is one of the big factors why I use it and like it. But more importantly is the results. I get great results to this. My energy levels are very high. I get to eat a lot, so I don't go hungry throughout the day. I'm not starving myself. The sugar thing is a little bit hard. I had headaches, I think, for the first week, 2 weeks, because sugar is a drug and you're addicted to it, whether you like it or not. It's just been so so used that everybody uses it, and it's normalized. But it's a drug. Try to cut it out of your diet as much as possible. I hope this clears up why I've had such a drastic change in my diet. When I was in my 20s, I ate horribly. I would wake up, not have breakfast, or I'd have breakfast. My breakfast would be a banana. I would go in and train. I would come home, I'd eat a sandwich, I'd take a nap, and I'd eat a snack, and then I'd go train again and come home and eat, a steak or potatoes or something like that, and then eat junk food until I went to bed at 2 in the morning. That was my training schedule for like 10 years, and or eating routine, and it was really not good. And I kick myself now, not thinking more about my body and what I was putting into it, the fuel I was putting into it, rather than just eating things for taste. Thinking of food as fuel for your body. I hope that clears everything up. Share the video, give it a like, buy a t-shirt, check you later.